Welcome back to Plant Powered Barefoot Brent. Yeah, there's my girl Estrella. She's being a goofy schnoofy. Yeah, she's excited. She loves this. She loves our hikes. She loves it. Hey, good girl. Hey, good girl. So I thought now, since we've broken fast, we'd talk to you about the other kind of fasting, intermittent fasting, which is something that I practice on a daily basis. So, as we've discussed many times here, Wild Hearts, thanks again for tuning in. I'm very grateful to have you here. Is that 50% of your energy is spent on digestion. So, if you're not digesting, you have lots of energy. That's how come fasting is such a good practice, because it allows you time to create time. That's basically what happens is you get a lot of things accomplished. This morning I did a ton of laundry and gardening. My two of my favorite things. Gardening more than laundry, but hey, if you don't love it, don't do it. Here is more challenging because we wash everything by hand and hang dry it. So you got to have a good day of sunshine, especially in the rainy season, to get stuff finished. It's all hanging up there, but I have a good feeling that it's all going to work out. We're going to have a nice load of dry clothes in one day. Sometimes when it rains, it's a challenge. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days to dry stuff, but that's okay, because that's how it goes. So this intermittent fasting, if you're not familiar with it, I'm only a 1 meal a day eater. That's kind of my goal every day. I make myself a big salad, and then I have some popcorn and sometimes a hot chocolate. But right now I've been pretty good. I've been just on tea, which has been really, really awesome. Moringa and mint is my favorite. And I also like, in the morning I drink kombucha, tea and kombucha. Oh, I hope the weather doesn't change. No, I think we're okay. Sometimes it just the clouds roll in and you're like, no, I should have pulled some of that stuff down. But you know what? It is what it is. We're out. She wanted to go for a hike, and I got to pay attention to that. Paying attention is an important thing. In the future, that's all you have to pay. There'll be no monetary costs for anything, because it hasn't worked. We're killing ourselves and the planet, so we got to come up with a better system. It's in the process. That's what I'm here for. That's part of my job. That's why I'm teaching people to be happy and healthy, so that they can stay off of the medical system, the sick care system, as I like to call it, because nobody's healthy on it. It's crazy. I don't know anybody that goes to the doctors on a regular basis that's healthy. They don't. That's not their job, unless you go to see like Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's a different kind of doctor. He's a meditation doctor, and that's how you heal, is by doing the work. And I highly recommend, if you've not been, to go see him. I saw him in Bogota in 2020. There was 3,500 of us, and it was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Had the time of my life. We laughed, we danced, we cried, we hugged, we sang. We had so much fun. But back to intermittent fasting. So it's all about the window, whatever window that you want to use. For me, I'm an extremist. I do everything to the extreme. So you don't have to start there. You can start with an 8-hour window. Have 16 hours without, and then go from, say, 11 till 7 is your window of eating. And then you can slowly cut that down. Then make it down to 7 hours, then to 6 hours, and then to 5 hours. If you can get down to 4 hours, you're laughing. That's superpowers. If you can, like, I made it's been years since I've eaten before noon. That's my regular note, to never start anything before noon for the stomach, because that at least gives me 12 hours between days. But if you can get it down to 4 hours, Look out. You'll have so much energy, it's going to blow your mind. Uh, and that's a good window. You can go from 2 till 6 or from 1 till 5, that kind of thing. Or 6 hours is nice too. But as you experiment with it and you try it on, you'll find out what works for you, what works best for you. A lot of people, at first, it's going to be challenging, of course. Anything that you start new is challenging. And that's where a lot of people bail. They're like, nah, it didn't work for me. I tried that. Yeah, for how long? 10 minutes? I know many people in their life who've never gone a day without a meal, or they've never missed a meal. So they've had 3 meals a day, and sometimes 4 or 5, depending. Come on, Buggy. But that's their journey. And so if you're interested in leading a happier and healthy life, this is the way to go. Because it makes you hyper productive, super efficient. You get so much done. Right now I'm more organized than I've been in a long time, and my place as a result is spotless, which I love. And I've cleaned up everything. I've reorganized it so that it's more in tune with how I'm feeling. So it's a reflection of me. It's a mirror of how I'm feeling in my body. And I'm feeling super blessed right now in my body because I just came off a 3-day fast and I'm on day 20 without cannabis. And that's, for me, that's awesome. I quite often go a week without cannabis or 2 weeks. But this morning I threw away all my cannabis paraphernalia, my papers and my containers, all of it, because I'm done with smoking it. I know that because I love myself too much to put my nose through these issues. And I discussed on my video earlier this morning, my dad had problems with his nose, but he was a heavy smoker of cigarettes, and he smokes cannabis too. And my mom also problems with her nose, but she just smokes cigarettes. She was never a cannabis smoker. Well, she had a few hoots with me a few times, but that's it. Besides that, she always used it. She was always popping pills and calling me a drug addict for using plant medicine. But she's all on all these pharmaceuticals all the time, and yeah, and never healthy or happy. I don't remember the last time my mom was happy. I don't know. I really don't remember if she was ever happy, to be honest, because she's been on these things her whole life, and they mess with your moods. And she's a very moody lady, and that's what pharmaceuticals do to you. They make you upset. They make you they give you dis-ease, not disease, dis-ease. They make you imbalanced, and when you're imbalanced, it's not an easy way to live your life when you're fully stressed out all the time because of this pressure on your system. And pills aren't digestible. The body doesn't know what to do with them, so it just stores them, and they just sit in your gut, turn into cement. When I stopped taking pills when I was 35 and just before I turned 36, I had all this stuff in my stomach that was just dead stuff. It was rotting meat, and it was pills. I was like concrete belly. And then I had colon hydrotherapy and got rid of all that stuff, and I felt so light. I never felt so good in my life. Highly recommend that if you've never done that. And I've done that twice. It's been a long time since I've done it, but I have a much better diet now. So I don't really have issues in my belly anymore. My issues, I don't really have issues anymore. I kind of gave up issues. Life's too short to bring your issues with you. The whole point of being here is to learn how to deal with your issues and then move on. And now that's why I'm teaching, because I've dealt with my issues. And so now, because you can't help anybody until you help yourself, it's not possible. But once you get to that place where you feel good in your body and you feel like sharing, that's where you get to. And here I am now sharing my story and telling my truths and living my best life. I'm so grateful for my home here in San Mateo, Rio Hondo, Oaxaca, Mexico. We've been here for 2 years and 3 months. I've been in Mexico for 3 years and 3 months, and I don't miss Canada at all. I don't ever plan on going back, but that's where I was for my entire life. I lived in Calgary, Alberta for 37 years, and I thought that I would die there. But thank God I made some choices, some different choices, and I moved to BC and now to Mexico. First it was Victoria, then it was Salt Spring Island, and now I'm here in Mexico. And I'm the happiest I've ever been, just because I have this magical freedom to live my life the way I want to grow the plants that I love growing, to hang out with my girl in the forest. She's been a godsend. She adopted me in Mazunte, Estrella, my girl. She was a street dog, and I used to see her in the mornings, every morning when I'd go hike to Punta Cometa for meditation, and she'd always play with me, and she was all beat up. She had all kinds of scars and stuff, and but she always smiled, and she was always full of energy. And then one day she'd always stay. She'd stay with the rest of the street dogs. And one day she followed me. She followed me all the way to Punta Camela. And I was like, huh. And it was the first time she'd ever seen the ocean. She wasn't even a year old then. And it was so awesome. We had so much fun. And then after that, we became a team. We are a crew. Hey, Bunny, you're the best. So as she's been so good for me, so good for me. And it makes it easy for me to keep up my intermittent fasting practice, because she always wants to go for a hike. And so if I'm thinking about food, now she's like, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, let's go. And so I listen to her. She's always got my best interest at heart. Right, Pumpkin? Yes, you do. So that's me for now. Again, if you like what I'm doing, please like this video. Subscriptions warm my heart, wild heart. I love comments, and sharing is caring. If you know anybody that can use this information, share it up. Let me know if you're an intermittent faster. Put it down in the comments. Oh, and I'm also have a class starting on September 30th. If you're interested, just put a D down, and I'll give you, or a C. what did I say? But the earlier one. Anyways, whatever. And I'll details. Yeah, I'll give you the details. Put a D, and I'll give you the details. It's on Facebook, and it's going to be very reasonable and very phenomenal for those people that are working on themselves. Yeah, I love making videos. I've been doing it for years, and now it's time to share the wisdom that I've gained in this lifetime. I feel so blessed that I just want to help other people. So again, Wild Heart, thank you for tuning in to Plant Powered Barefoot Bread. I love it. And thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Woo!